What's going on, everybody? We're bringing you something a little bit different this time. I'm going to be giving you guys a step-by-step walkthrough of how to beat Firebase Z's Easter egg. This will not include how to get the Ray K, but if you go in my description, there will be a link to a separate video showing you how to get this gun. I highly recommend having it for the boss fight, and to complete the Easter egg, at least one person on your squad will need this gun. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is turn on all three of the reactors. The reactors will pop up on your screen. They're very easy to find. Once you have all three of the reactors turned on, you're going to go ahead and head over to Revanov. We're going to talk to Revanov for a brief second. You're going to see the Pack-a-Punch turn on. Once you can cue Revanov talking, you're going to want to go ahead and head across the map and go talk to Peck. Peck is basically going to be a dead end. He's going to tell you to go F yourself, and is basically going to be a waste of a trip. From there, you're going to head back to Revanov. Revanov is going to give you a key. This key will open 3 lockers throughout the map. The first locker is straight behind Pack-a-Punch by the stairs leading up to the reactors and the teleporter. The second one is going to be at the bottom of engineering, and the third one is going to be in the colonel's office. Now, when you go in each of those, make sure that you're grabbing the serums. From there, you're going to head to the medical tent in the back of the map. You're going to put those 3 serums inside the medical mixer, or the chemical mixer. Once you do that, about 20 seconds later, there's going to be a series of 5 to 6 bloodhounds that are going to go ahead and spawn and try to attack you. Fairly easy to kill. I was doing this in solos. If you have a partner with you, it'd be that much easier. Dude, once you get done with that, you're going to go ahead and pick up the agent dispenser. You're going to take the agent dispenser and put it on top of the massive AC unit above Peck's office. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead and go back down to Peck's office, and you're going to interact and talk to him. At first, he's going to be very hesitant. He's going to be persistent. He's not going to talk to you. From there, he's going to be super loopy, and to be honest, it's one of the funnier scenes of the entire Easter egg. After that, the true serum will start to work, and he's going to tell you to head over to the data center. Once you get done talking to him, and technically you don't really have to watch the entire thing, you're going to go ahead and head over to the data center. Once you're inside the data center, there is going to be a series of traps that you're going to have to pick up. These traps are going to be used to trap different mimics around the map. These mimics are going to have old memories from people who are going to help you guys open up the portal. Now, with these traps, you're going to be looking for specific mimics across the map. One area that you can find them is going to be in the village, generally in the back right bedroom where the purple bullfrog spawns. The next one is going to be in the engineering room, and then the other one is going to be by the colonel's office. However, that doesn't always hold true, as you can see here. Sometimes you can find them in the garage, sometimes you can find them by the helipad, sometimes it kind of varies where they're actually going to be. One good way to find out where they're going to be is by looking on the ground. If you look on the ground, you're going to be looking for little prop hunt type items. As you saw leading into this fight right here, there was prop hunt type items on the ground leading outside of mission control, out another one just before the garage, a walk in the garage, and the mimic popped up. It's a really good way to find out where they're going to be, because they're always hiding, as a mimic inside different things. There are a few key points to keep in mind though. You're not always guaranteed to actually catch the mimic with your first trap. They can pop out 1, 2, 3 times. You need to get them as low as possible. Thinking about like you're trying to catch a Gyarados with a normal Pokeball. You're gonna need that Gyarados as low as humanly possible. Now, when you're playing solos like I was, if it pops out of the trap, you do have to go all the way back to the data center, grab another trap, and go back. However, if you're playing with 2, 3, or a full squad, it really doesn't matter. If it pops out once, get a little bit lower. It pops out twice, get a little bit lower, and worst case, that third one is gonna be stuck in. Now, there is one key thing to go ahead and keep in mind. You can only catch 1 mimic that will have memories per round, at least in my experience, and I've completed the Easter egg 3 times now. So once you go ahead and catch that mimic, you might as well end the round and keep it moving on to the next one. And I would highly recommend leaving subtitles on for this part, because technically you're not really going to know whether or not it was the right memory unless you have subtitles on. Between killing zombies, your friends talking, and everything else, it's really hard to keep track of and be sure that you unlock the code that you need to know. Now, once you have all 3 memories, you're going to be able to port all of those onto a floppy disk. You're going to grab that floppy disk and take it over to a computer on the right side at the top of engineering, as you guys can see right here. You're going to go ahead and throw that floppy disk inside the computer. Once you do that, the dome will finally open. When you go to the dome, it'll show a portal that is starting to form. You're gonna have to sit at the top of that and wait until it gets to 100%. Once it gets to 100%, you're gonna realize that something isn't right. And this is when Peck finally has some use again. Once it gets to 100% and nothing is happening, you're gonna go ahead and go down and talk to Peck. Peck is going to admit that he was lying to you guys. He's going to go ahead and give you a code to open up the locker. When you open up the locker, you're going to get a different device. Once you grab that device, you're going to head out the back of that area and go to one of the little bunkers. Inside that bunker, the shovel will spawn. That shovel will be there 100% of the time. You're going to take that shovel back to the engineering site. In the corner of the engineering site, right next to the door, as you guys can see here, is going to be the first dig site. You're going to go ahead and dig down and open up what's gonna look like some crystals. These crystals will pop up all over this entire area. All of these crystals are gonna look the same except for one. The main difference that you can see is all these little crystals around that aren't it are going to have kind of a black fog type smoke around the crystal, and that's how you know it's not the right one. The one that's going to be the correct crystal is going to be completely clear, and that way you know that it is the proper one. If you do grab the wrong crystal, it'll spawn anywhere from 5 to 10 mimics at the same exact time that you're going to have to kill. I think you have to end the round to come back to it to be able to beat it again. Now this next part is where you're going to finally need the Ray K. You're going to go ahead and over back to the medical tent. Just on the outside of the medical tent by the data center, you're going to dig it up. You're going to switch your Ray K into the bomb mode. You're going to dig up the purple jar that will go flying off in any direction. You'll shoot the bomb at that jar and then go pick it up. That crystal jar, if you don't have the Ray K and you don't shoot the slowing bomb, is going to go ahead and zoom off and zoom off and zoom off, and you'll never be able to catch it. If you don't know how to unlock the Ray K, you can either get it by getting lucky in the box, but I don't recommend spending your money that way. You can also do trials for it, or there's a guaranteed way to build this gun. If you want to know the guaranteed way to build this gun, I do have a full tutorial in a previous YouTube video about it. From there, you're going to go ahead and head back over to mission control. You're going to go out the back of mission control and you're going to find a different dig site. At this dig site is going to be a survival mode. You're going to need every single person on your team with you before you start this. If you don't, they're going to die because everyone outside of the dome takes a ton of damage. Now, the way that you beat this one and you unlock this crystal is literally survival mode. All you have to do is survive until the end. This part really wasn't too bad. Seems like it's about 30 seconds to a minute. Just stack ring of fires and you'll be good to go. And once you get that final jar, you're going to go back around to all the reactors. You're going to go ahead and place each canister at a different reactor. It doesn't matter which canister to which reactor, it automatically puts it in for you. After that, you're going to go ahead and head back up to the dome. Once you get up to the dome, you're going to go ahead and fight off zombies for a little bit, and you're going to realize that something isn't right. It's not actually opening the portal like it was supposed to, and that's where you're going to have to fix it. To fix it, you're going to have to head down to engineering. In engineering, you're going to see a computer that you can go ahead and activate. When you activate this computer, you're going to see 5 different spots on this map that are yellow. You're going to go ahead and take the little blue dot and move it to each individual yellow one until you see one that has a question mark. Once you find the location with the question mark, you're going to go ahead and hit activate. Once this is activated, you're going to hear Revanov and Peck going back and forth, and they're going to argue for a bit. You're going to see a massive beam go and blow up one of the satellites, which will then activate the portal. Once the portal is activated, you can go ahead and go back to it. Once you're inside the dome, there's going to be a button for you to press. Once you press this button, it only takes one person to press that button. Everybody gets launched to the boss fight. So make sure that you have full armor, your guns packed, and everything else. Now, this fight does happen in the village, so worst case, you can still hit the pack-a-punch, you can buy armor and that kind of stuff. However, it is a much better idea to have all that stuff before you get launched in. Now, to be honest, the boss fight's a lot of fun, but it is pretty cut and dry and pretty simple. All you're going to go ahead and have to do is take down Orda. Now, Orda is massive, and soaks up a lot of damage and spits out a lot of ads. But honestly, all you're really gonna have to do is kill the ads, fight Orda. Kill the ads, fight Orda, rinse and repeat. Drop your ring of fire, kill all the ads. While that's still going, hit Orda. Now, no, it doesn't give you a damage multiplier on Orda, but it does make it so that you don't have to reload, thus upping your DPS. And literally, there is no wipe mechanic. It's not World of Warcraft. It's not anything like that. If you take too long, it's not like all of a sudden you're gonna fail. So go ahead and take your time. If the ads come out, focus the ads. Then go back to fighting Orda, rinse and repeat, and you can easily, hands down, win this fight. But as always, everybody, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. If you found it useful and you want to come back for more content, make sure you smash that sub button, and above all else, hit that bell so you can turn notifications on and you know every time I'm posting a video.